Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And this recent new co-location by Verizon, for those of you who watched that video, something that I wanted to talk about is the way Verizon is currently engineering, developing, strategizing their network build is completely different compared to the competition. Now, we've come to an understanding that T-Mobile has the technology lead as it pertains to 5G, right? The NR, right? 5G Advanced, throwing in those pieces of that technology, and then T-Mobile moving towards AI RAN, having more of that mid-band deployed today. But what Verizon is doing is completely different. The way that they build and engineer their network is because they are funding capital for home broadband. So it's a totally different build on how they view the network, right? The engineers might say, we've been given instructions to put this much capacity into the market so the teams can sell FWA. Right, and oftentimes that probably the fallow capacity model that T-Mobile uses doesn't suffice a lot of the time for Verizon. So what do the engineers have to do? They have to spend and they have to co-locate and add more capacity into the market to meet the needs of whatever the requirement is. Right, because they want to have more homes passed. I think they want to reach like 100 million homes passed, including fiber and then the FWA piece. And then, as recently disclosed by the CFO of Verizon, they already are on the way of building capacity that's more capacity beyond the 8 to 9 million that they guided for FWA. So that tells me they're going to have a denser grid and they're going to have more infrastructure into the market than any other carrier. So like for this example, for this area right here, Verizon has 3 cell sites very close together, right? This one is not yet listed on Cell Mapper. It has not yet been mapped, but Verizon has another site to the east of this one. And then they have another one that I've shown you guys before to the west of this one, very close. T-Mobile's on that one too, but T-Mobile's not on the one to the east, right? To the one to the east, that's only Verizon and AT&T, then T-Mobile and Verizon on this one on screen. And then the next one over, it's AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon. So Verizon's 3-2, right? So I could see that becoming 4-2 and 5-2 in the future. And if it's not from a macro perspective, then it might be small cells. There's a lot of houses in this neighborhood. There's also the military base, Fort Bliss, that a part of this tower will cover a sector. So there's a lot of capacity that Verizon is generating, right? So moving forward, you should think, when you think Verizon, you should think that they structure and build their network totally different versus the competition because they're actually spending capital to serve home broadband. T-Mobile is still using fallow capacity, and they haven't changed that model even as they go to like 12 million FWA customers. They have not changed that model whatsoever. So that's gonna be something to further look into as to how that's gonna affect the network moving forward. Everybody's gonna have usage increase. The mobile user, the FWA user, I don't care how you look at it, it's going to increase. And I know T-Mobile said they studied this. They said, we will only offer FWA where we know our mobile users won't use up that capacity. I get that. I understand that. But all of that dynamic can change, right? That same area that you approved, right, 4 years later or 5 years later or whatever, it's not going to be the same as it was when you first approved it in 2020. There's a lot of different dynamics, especially how quickly technology is evolving. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe if you're new. Follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Live. See y'all in the next one. Peace.